Hello everyone. In today's video, we will see a brief introduction of exponents. Exponents or indices. Exponents are also known by the name of indices. So exponents and indices both means the same. Before moving to exponents, let us see what is multiplication. Multiplication, as we all know, is nothing but repeated addition. Yes, so if we have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, how do we write it? We write it as 4 times 2. Times means multiplication. If we have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, we write it as 6 times 2. So multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. If you add a number repeatedly, it means that you can multiply that number by the number of times you are repeating it. Similarly, if you have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, it can be written as how many times we are repeating 5? 5 times. So it is 5 times 3. Times means multiplication. Now, what are exponents? Exponents are nothing but repeated multiplication. Exponents are repeated multiplication. So, if I multiply, say, 2 repeatedly 3 times, then this is what exponent is. And how is it represented in the exponent form? It is written as 2 raised to the power of 3. Okay, if we write 5, multiply 5 repeatedly 4 times, then we can write 5 to the power of 4. Similarly, if we have 3 repeated 7 times, then we can write it as 3 to the power 7. And this form is known as, this form here, here and here are known as the exponent notation. This is the representing the number in an exponent notation. Okay, and writing it as the repeated multiplication form here, here and here is called the product form. Okay, so exponent is nothing but repeated multiplication. Like we have other operands in maths, what all operands we have? We have a plus, we have a minus, we have a multiplication and we have a division. Similarly, the fifth operation is nothing but exponents. And how do we represent exponents? By a symbol, we represent it by a caret sign. Okay, so if we have 2 raised to the power 3, it can be written as 2 caret 3. 4 raised to a power 5 can be written as 4 caret 5. Whenever we have to write exponents in our laptops or the computers, in a Word document, we use this sign caret. It is very widely used. So this sign, caret sign, is used to represent exponent, and it is the fifth kind of operation in maths. And exponent is nothing but repeated multiplication. Now, let us see the terms which are associated with exponent notation. If you have, say, 5 to the power of 7, there are two parts here. There are two numbers. This is the first number. Okay, and this is the second number. This number here is called the base of. In 5 to the power 7, 5 is called the base and 7 is called the exponent or power, okay, or the index or the. So 5 is the base, 7 is the exponent, and we call it as 5 raised to the power 7. 5 is raised to the power 7. We write 7 little up. Okay, 5 raised to the power 7 or 5 to the 7th or 5 to the 7th power. All these means the same thing, which is 5 to the power 7. Okay, we have told that exponent is repeated multiplication. So 5 to the power 7 is nothing but 5 multiplied 7 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 5 multiplied repeatedly 7 times. So base actually tells us the number that has to be multiplied repeatedly, and the power, here the power is 7, tells us number of times the base has to be multiplied. So base tells us the number that we will be multiplying repeatedly, and power tells us the number of times the base has to be multiplied. I hope this is clear to everyone. So if we have 2 to the power m, it basically means we have to multiply the base, which is 2, how many times? It has to be multiplied repeatedly m times. Okay, so if somewhere we have to represent 2 multiplied 10 times, so everywhere writing 2 10 times will be a very tiring job, and you might introduce lots of errors. That's why we use exponents and indices to represent very large or very small numbers. It just represents very large or very small numbers. Please remember that if we have to find the value, then we actually have to multiply it. But if we have to represent it, we can represent it in a shorter form using the exponent. For example, if suppose we have 2 followed by 10 zeros, everywhere we will be using this big number. Instead of this, we can write a shorter form, which is 2 into 10 raised to the power 10. This is called the standard form, and we will learn more about it later in our next videos. So what we have done, we have represented this big number in a very short exponent form. So exponent is used to represent very large and very small number. But if someone says, okay, can suppose 2 to the power 7. If someone asks you the value of 2 to the power 7, then we actually have to go and multiply it 7 times. When it comes to finding the value, exact value, then you have to multiply it 7 times. So 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 2 to the 32, 64 and 128. So wherever the value has to be found out, actual multiplication has to be done, but we can represent using exponent very big and very small numbers. So this was the brief introduction about exponents. In the next video, we will see how do we use exponents in our mathematical calculations, what are the different laws of exponents, and how do we handle the different powers. Right now we have only seen the positive power. The power can be negative, can be fractional. So all this will be in our next video, which will be level 2 exponents. Thank you.